You remember when bending down to grab the morning paper was automatic, effortless, thoughtless. Now maybe it takes just a little more care. A pause, a breath, a cautious move. It doesn't happen all at once. The change creeps in quietly, one stiff morning at a time, one cautious movement after another. But here's what most people don't realize. This isn't just about back pain. It's about dignity. It's about independence. After 50, the muscles that support your spine slowly weaken. The cushions between your vertebrae lose their power. But the good news? You can reverse much of that. These 3 gentle movements will strengthen your spine. They will restore your mobility. They will give you back the confidence you deserve. Stay with me through all 3. Each one helps rebuild strength from your very core. Movement 1, the supported spinal wave. Imagine your spine as a beautiful river flowing from the base of your skull down to your tailbone. When we're young, this river moves freely, each vertebra gliding smoothly over the next, like water over smooth stones. But as we age, especially after 50, this river can become more like a series of connected ponds, each section moving independently rather than as one flowing unit. This movement, the supported spinal wave, is designed to restore that natural flow. Research from the Journal of Biomechanics shows that gentle spinal mobility exercises can increase the space between vertebrae by up to 3 millimeters, which might not sound like much, but it's the difference between compression and freedom, between stiffness and grace. Here's how we're going to awaken your spine safely and effectively. Start by sitting comfortably in a sturdy chair, both feet flat on the floor about hip-width apart. Place your hands gently on your thighs, not gripping, just resting like leaves that have settled on the surface of a calm pond. Close your eyes for just a moment and imagine that someone has attached a gentle string to the very crown of your head, lifting you up toward the ceiling. Feel your spine naturally lengthening, creating space between each vertebra. This isn't about forcing yourself into perfect posture. It's about finding your spine's natural, dignified alignment. Now, let's begin the wave. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, and as you do, gently tilt your pelvis forward just slightly. You're not arching your back dramatically. Think of it as the beginning of a gentle tide rolling onto shore. As your pelvis tilts forward, allow this movement to travel up your spine like a soft wave, vertebra by vertebra. Let this wave continue up through your lower back, your middle back, and finally reach your upper back and neck. Your chest will naturally open slightly, your shoulders will settle back, and your head will find its natural position balanced over your spine. Now, as you exhale slowly through your mouth, reverse this wave. Start by gently tucking your chin. Let your upper back round slightly, then your middle back, and finally let your pelvis tilt back to neutral. You're creating a gentle C curve, like a cat stretching in the morning sun. Breathe in as you flow forward into that gentle extension. Breathe out as you flow back into that soft flexion. The breath is your rhythm, your guide, your internal metronome that keeps everything flowing smoothly and safely. Let's talk about modifications because everyone's spine is unique and everyone's journey is different. If you're just beginning, or if you have significant stiffness, start with even smaller movements. Think of tiny ripples on a pond rather than waves on the ocean. The key is not the size of the movement, but the quality of the connection between your breath, your awareness, and your spine. If you're feeling more comfortable and want to deepen the experience, you can extend your arms out to your sides as you flow into the forward wave, like you're gently embracing the world around you. As you flow back into the rounded position, bring your arms across your chest in a gentle self-hug. For those who want an even deeper challenge, you can perform this movement standing, using the back of your chair for light support. The standing version engages more of your stabilizing muscles and adds an element of balance training that's incredibly valuable for daily activities. The most common mistake I see with this movement is rushing. Your spine has been carrying you for decades. It deserves patience and respect. If you find yourself moving quickly or holding your breath, Pause, reset, and remember that healing happens in the space between effort and ease. Another mistake is trying to make the movement too large too soon. Your spine will open and flow more freely over time, but forcing it will only create tension and resistance. Trust the process, trust your body's wisdom, and let the movement grow naturally as your spine remembers its freedom. This first movement is your foundation. Practice it for just 30 seconds to begin with, which is about 5 to 8 slow, mindful repetitions. You might notice that by the end, your back feels more spacious, like someone has gently stretched out a wrinkled piece of fabric and smoothed it flat. Movement 2, the gentle glute bridge. Now we move to what I call the gentle glute bridge, but this isn't about building show muscles or setting records. This movement is about awakening what researchers call your posterior chain, the network of muscles that run along the back of your body from your heels to the base of your skull. These muscles are your body's natural support system for your spine, like the guy wires that keep a tent stable in the wind. After 50, these muscles often become what we call sleepy. They're still there, they're still capable, but they've gotten out of the habit of working together as a team. When your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back muscles aren't communicating effectively, your spine has to work overtime to keep you upright and stable. It's like trying to sail a boat with only half your crew awake. Dr. Stuart McGill, one of the world's leading spine researchers, has shown that gentle glute activation can reduce lower back pain by up to 40% in just 4 weeks. But more importantly for our purposes, it can restore the natural strength and stability that allows you to move through your day with confidence. For this movement, we're going to transition from your chair to the floor, but we're going to do it in the safest, most dignified way possible. If getting down to the floor feels challenging, you can modify this exercise to work just as effectively from your chair. If you're comfortable moving to the floor, place a yoga mat, thick towel, or blanket down to cushion your back. Lie down gently, taking your time, using your hands and arms to support yourself as you transition. Bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Your arms can rest by your sides, palms down for stability. Now, before we even think about lifting, let's establish our foundation. Press your feet gently into the floor, not gripping with your toes, but creating a solid, stable base. Imagine you're standing on the earth, drawing strength and stability up through your legs. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, engage your deep abdominal muscles. Not by sucking in your stomach or holding your breath, but by imagining you're gently drawing your belly button toward your spine. This creates what we call core stability, the internal support system that protects your spine during movement. Now, keeping that gentle core engagement, slowly squeeze your glute muscles and lift your hips toward the ceiling. You're not trying to lift as high as possible. You're looking for that sweet spot where you feel your glutes working, your core supporting, and your spine maintaining its natural curve. At the top of the movement, you should feel like you're creating a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Hold this position for a moment, breathing normally, feeling the strength in your posterior chain. Now lower slowly with control, taking twice as long to lower as you took to lift. This lowering phase, what exercise scientists call the eccentric phase, is where much of the strengthening actually happens. Think of it as your muscles catching you, supporting you, keeping you safe as you return to the starting position. Your breathing pattern for this movement is crucial. Breathe in as you prepare to lift, breathe out as you lift and squeeze, breathe normally at the top if you're holding, and breathe in as you lower slowly back down. Let's talk about modifications, because this movement should feel empowering for everyone, regardless of where you're starting. If lying on the floor isn't comfortable or accessible, you can perform a seated version. Sit toward the front edge of your chair, feet flat on the floor. Place your hands on your knees for support and practice tilting your pelvis forward while squeezing your glutes. You'll feel the same muscles activating, the same posterior chain awakening. If the floor version feels too easy, you can hold the bridge position for longer, perhaps 5 to 10 seconds instead of just a moment. You can also try lifting one foot slightly off the ground during the hold, which challenges your balance and forces your core and glutes to work even harder. For those ready for more challenges, you can place a small pillow or rolled towel between your knees and squeeze it gently during the bridge. This activates additional stabilizing muscles and adds an element of inner thigh strengthening that's particularly beneficial for overall hip stability. The most common mistake with this movement is lifting too high too quickly. Remember, we're not trying to impress anyone. We're trying to restore function, build strength gradually, and create positive changes that last. If you find yourself arching your lower back excessively at the top of the movement, you've gone too high. Back off slightly and focus on the quality of the muscle engagement rather than the height of the lift. Another mistake is holding your breath. Your muscles need oxygen to work effectively, and your nervous system needs the rhythm of breathing to stay calm and coordinated. If you find yourself holding your breath, pause, reset, and remember that breathing is part of the exercise, not something separate from it. Start with just 5 repetitions of this movement, focusing on slow, controlled lifting and even slower, more controlled lowering. Pay attention to how your lower back feels during and after the movement. You should feel a pleasant sense of engagement and activation, like your muscles are waking up and remembering their job. Movement 3, the standing spinal reach. Our final movement brings everything together in a way that directly translates to your daily life. The standing spinal reach is designed to restore the natural movement patterns you use dozens of times every day, reaching for items on high shelves, putting dishes away in upper cabinets, or simply stretching your arms overhead in the morning. But this movement is about so much more than just reaching. It's about reclaiming your full height, your full range of motion, and the confidence that comes from knowing your spine is strong and flexible enough to handle whatever life asks of it. As we age, especially after 50, we tend to lose what physical therapists call overhead mobility. This happens partly because of changes in our shoulder joints, but largely because the muscles along our spine become shorter and tighter from years of sitting, looking down at phones and computers, and generally living in a world that pulls us forward and down. Research published in the International Journal of Physical Therapy shows that restoring overhead reach can improve spinal extension by up to 15 degrees and reduce thoracic kyphosis, that forward head posture that makes us look older and feel less confident than we truly are. For this movement, we'll start standing using the back of your chair for light support if needed. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart, knees soft, not locked. Imagine you're standing like a tree, rooted firmly in the earth but with branches that can sway gently in the breeze. Begin with your arms at your sides, shoulders relaxed and down, away from your ears. Take a moment to feel your feet on the ground, to sense your spine lifting naturally toward the ceiling, to breathe slowly and deeply. Now, as you inhale, slowly sweep your arms out to your sides and up toward the ceiling. But here's the key. You're not just lifting your arms, you're allowing your entire spine to participate in this reaching movement. As your arms rise, let your rib cage expand, let your upper back extend slightly, let your whole torso lengthen and open. At the top of the movement, your arms don't need to be perfectly straight overhead. Find the position where you feel a gentle, pleasant stretch through your spine and shoulders, where you feel tall and open and strong. This might be with your arms forming a V shape, or even with your hands only reaching to shoulder height, if that's where your body is today. Hold this position for just a moment, breathing normally, feeling the space you've created in your spine, the openness in your chest, the strength in your back muscles as they support this beautiful, dignified posture. Now, as you exhale, slowly lower your arms back to your sides, but don't just drop them. Lower them with the same intention and control that you used to raise them. Feel your shoulder blades sliding back down your spine. Feel your rib cage settling back to neutral. Feel your spine returning to its natural, supported position. The breathing pattern is essential here. Inhale as you reach up and open. Exhale as you return to center. The breath helps coordinate the movement, provides oxygen to working muscles, and keeps your nervous system calm and regulated throughout the exercise. Let's explore modifications that make this movement accessible and beneficial for everyone. If reaching overhead causes any discomfort in your shoulders or neck, simply reduce the range of motion. You might reach only to shoulder height or even just lift your arms to the sides without going overhead at all. The key is finding the movement that feels good in your body today while still providing a gentle challenge. If you want to add complexity and additional benefit, you can combine this reaching movement with a gentle calf raise. As you reach your arms overhead, rise up onto your toes, engaging your calf muscles and challenging your balance. This turns the exercise into a full body coordination challenge that mimics many real-life reaching situations. For those who want even more integration, try the movement with your eyes closed. This removes visual input and forces your body to rely on its internal sense of balance and position, which strengthens the deep stabilizing systems that keep you steady and confident in all situations. You can also vary the speed of the movement, sometimes perform it very slowly, taking 4 seconds to reach up and 4 seconds to lower down. Other times, you might move a bit more dynamically, though never quickly or abruptly. Different speeds challenge your muscles and nervous system in different ways, creating more complete adaptation and strength. The most common mistake with this movement is rushing or using momentum. Remember, we're not trying to get somewhere quickly. We're trying to restore quality movement patterns, rebuild strength through full ranges of motion, and create positive changes in how your spine moves and feels. Another mistake is forcing the arms higher than is comfortable. Your shoulders and spine will open up over time with consistent, patient practice. Forcing them into positions they're not ready for will only create tension and potentially cause discomfort. Some people also make the mistake of holding their breath or breathing shallowly during this movement. Your breath should flow as smoothly as your arms move. If you find yourself getting short of breath or feeling tense, slow down, reduce the range of motion, and focus on keeping your breathing slow and steady. Start with just 3 to 5 repetitions of this movement, focusing on the quality of each reach rather than the quantity. Pay attention to how your spine feels as you move, how your breathing flows with the movement, how your sense of height and openness changes from the beginning to the end of the exercise. Bringing it all together? These 3 movements, the supported spinal wave, the gentle glute bridge, and the standing spinal reach, work together like a perfectly orchestrated symphony. Each movement prepares your body for the next, and together they address the 3 fundamental needs of a healthy spine after 50: mobility, stability, and integrated strength. The spinal wave restores the natural flexibility and flow that allows your spine to move as one connected unit rather than a series of stiff segments. The glute bridge awakens and strengthens the powerful muscles that support your spine from behind, creating a stable foundation for all your daily activities. The standing spinal reach integrates everything into functional movement patterns that directly improve how you move through your daily life. But here's what makes these movements truly special. They're designed to be sustainable. You don't need a gym membership, expensive equipment, or hours of your day. You don't need to get sweaty or exhausted or push through pain. You just need a few minutes, a chair, and the willingness to treat your body with the respect and patience it deserves. Think of these movements as your daily investment in your future self. Just like brushing your teeth prevents decay, these gentle exercises prevent the stiffness, weakness, and fear that can steal your independence and confidence as you age. Start by practicing these movements every other day, giving your body time to adapt and respond between sessions. Each movement should be performed slowly and mindfully, focusing on the quality of the movement rather than the quantity of repetitions. The spinal wave can be done anywhere you have a chair. Practice it in the morning to awaken your spine for the day ahead, or in the evening to release tension from hours of sitting or standing. 5 to 8 slow, mindful repetitions are perfect to start. The glute bridge might be practiced in your bedroom before you get dressed in the morning, or in your living room while watching the evening news. Start with just 3 to 5 repetitions, holding each bridge for just a moment before lowering slowly. The standing spinal reach can become part of your morning routine, like a gentle salute to the day ahead. It can also be wonderful in the afternoon when you need to counteract hours of forward posture from reading, computing, or driving. 3 to 5 slow, mindful reaches are perfect to begin. As you practice these movements consistently, you'll likely notice changes that go far beyond just your back. You might find that you stand a little taller when walking into a room. You might reach for items on high shelves with confidence rather than hesitation. You might get out of chairs more easily, sleep more comfortably, and move through your day with a sense of strength and capability that you thought might be slipping away. Remember, every gentle repetition you complete is a victory. Every day you choose to invest in your body's strength, and mobility is a day you're choosing independence, dignity, and confidence. You're not just exercising. You're reclaiming your birthright to move through life with grace and strength, regardless of your age. These movements won't make you 25 again, and that's not the goal. The goal is to help you be the strongest, most mobile, most confident version of yourself at whatever age you are today. And that's a goal that's not only achievable, but one that you can start working toward with your very next breath. Your spine has carried you faithfully through decades of life. It's supported you through challenges, celebrations, hard work, and quiet moments of rest. Now it's time to support it back, to give it the gentle movement, strengthening, and care it needs to carry you confidently into all the years ahead. It's never too late to get stronger. It's never too late to reclaim your mobility, and you don't have to do it alone. Every time you practice these movements, you're joining a community of people who refuse to let age define their limitations, who choose strength over surrender, who believe that the best chapters of life can still be written with a strong, healthy, pain-free back supporting every word. If these movements helped you feel stronger, more mobile, or more hopeful about your spine health, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment with the number 3 to let me know you made it through all 3 movements. Share this video with someone you care about who might benefit from a stronger, healthier back. And consider subscribing if you'd like more gentle, effective ways to age with strength, dignity, and confidence. Your journey to a stronger, pain-free back starts with your next breath, your next movement, your next choice to invest in the incredible body that's carried you this far and will carry you even further. Let's take that first step together.